everybody, and welcome back to the Kite Runner Experience. I'm your host, James Ones.
And I'm your co-host, Connor Lear.
All right, today we have our guests, Amir and Baba. First, I'd like y'all to introduce yourselves for people that may not already know you.
I'm Baba. I was a businessman in Kabul until I moved to Americas, and then I started working in gas stations.
Hi, I'm Amir. I'm Baba's son. I grew up in Kabul, later moved to San Francisco, and became a successful writer.
Very interesting.
Before we begin, we're handing out maps of Afghanistan. As you shade in, think about how countries can be shaped by war, class divisions, and global misunderstanding.
All right, my first question is to you, Amir. How did hardships in your childhood shape you into the man you are today?
I really feel like they stayed with me almost. For a long time, I tried not to think about them, but some things like that you can't really escape. And I've made choices I regret, especially when I was a boy. Those moments made me feel small almost, like I wasn't who I should have been. But later, they pushed me to try to fix things, especially when I moved to San Francisco in America, dealing with all those hardships while I was there. I guess they made me realize what kind of person I didn't want to be anymore.
And how did America play a role in that?
America, really when I moved there, it was always a scare at first, but it ended up feeling like a fresh start. Things were simpler in some ways. It was so organized there compared to Kabul with all the drama, everything going on with Russia. Bob and I didn't have the same life there. We struggled more, but we were closer too while we were there. I could go to school. I could achieve the dream I always wanted to be, to become a writer. I got to start over a little, but even in America, it still carried everything from Kabul with me.
All right. Second question, how did your father, Baba, treat you growing up in Kabul?
It was a very difficult relationship. He wasn't very affectionate. I still love him, but it always felt like I disappointed him. He wanted me to be strong, brave like him, but really, I wasn't like that. I know he cared about me. He didn't always show it, but I understood sometimes back then that he did love me.
Is it true you won a kite tournament?
Yeah, it's true I won a kite tournament in Kabul. I just remember being so excited, thinking everything would be different after that.
How did you celebrate?
I wouldn't say I really celebrated, not the way I should have. Something happened that day, and it kind of ruined the whole thing for me. I couldn't enjoy it after that, knowing what had happened.
When you think about your childhood now, how do you feel?
It's mixed. I miss parts of it, like how things used to be back when me and Hassan were just all friends and great to each other. But there's a lot of things I also regret. Sometimes it's hard to separate the good memories from the bad ones in this kind of situation.
Well, Baba, my first question to you. You often say that theft is the only sin. Do you still believe that?
Yes, I believe taking someone's belongings that's not yours is the worst thing a man can do. Then Baba, why did you hide that Hassan was Amir's half-brother? Because I was afraid and ashamed. I felt like I was trying to protect my family, but in reality, I was just protecting myself and hiding the guilt I had. This is something that I regretted deeply.
Amir and Baba, what are your thoughts of Asif and his family?
Never had a good relationship with Asif. For me, Asif represents cruelty and deep inequality. He believed he was superior, especially with the Lazaros, like Hassan. That shows how social class and ethnicity can create a lot of violence, as we later see in the story as itself.
His family believed in hatred and superiority. The men in that family were violent, but they were rich. The global issues in the Kite Runner are trauma, guilt, and social inequality.
Amir represents trauma and guilt from childhood experiences.
Baba represents guilt and regret from hiding the truth.
And Afghanistan's social class system shows how inequality divides people from birth.
According to UNHCR research, displaced families often experience long-term trauma and identity struggles even after leaving their home countries.
According to the World Bank studies, countries with high inequality tend to have deeper social divisions, like the ones seen in Afghanistan.
And Amnesty International reports that ethnic discrimination, like what Hazaras face, is still a global issue today.
Trauma stays with you, even when you try to move forward.
Guilt is something you carry when you do something you can't undo.
Inequality shapes people's lives before they even realize it.
Kite Runner shows how personal pain connects to bigger global
Thank y'all so much for listening.
Wait! Don't you have another question to ask Baba that the fans are dying to hear?
Oh, yes.
What?
Baba, is it true that you beat a bear in a wrestling match?
Send out the bear!
Send in the bear.
Oh,